Wednesday afternoon, leaving work, running home to pick up the girls. My talk went really well today. Well, it didn't, but overall, the part that I can control went really well. Pretty excited about that. So I think I'm over the hump in terms of the hard part of this week. Not quite in the clear yet, but we're getting real close. Alright, just finished the run. 6.68 miles, 7:55 per mile. I don't know. I mean, I did work a little hard on that one. But it seems like Strava's being a little generous lately. I'm not sure what's up with that. I might have to dig into the GPS. But I just don't have time. I got the girls home. They're still sleeping. It is currently almost 5 o'clock the following morning now. Feeling much better about work. I don't remember if it made it into yesterday's video or not, but today I had a speaking engagement that I was not really prepared for. And so I got up at midnight yesterday and worked on it, and then did my video editing thing in the morning, took the girls to school, prepared all day at work. Went to the thing, it worked out pretty good. So I was pretty happy with it. I think it'll lead to more speaking engagements, so that's what I'm hoping for. But today, or the next day, I have a big pitch meeting coming up. So speaking engagements are great, but pitches are better because that leads to revenue generating work. Not better, just different. And so this is a pretty big one. It's a client that I've been trying to get land for a little while. I finally have a meeting in front of them, and I woke up at 1 o'clock today. No alarm, just woke up because I wasn't as prepared as I want to be. Now I'm feeling really good about it. Still have some work to do today, but that's not till 3, so I got some time to take care of that at work. You know, yesterday I was talking about like feeling distracted, still feeling a little bit distracted, but now as I'm chopping things off the list and they're going well, like the mental fog is lifting, and so I'm feeling a little bit better about things, and I'm feeling like the work is manageable. Next week though, work-wise, is going to be pretty crazy. I want to go to Phoenix next week. There's a trip, there's a conference out there that I want to go to. I haven't been to Phoenix in 6 years, since before my daughter was born, and I'm going for the same reason. And that's always been that was a good one for me. Things kind of took off the last time I was in Phoenix, so I really want to go. But work is going to be insane next week. Fortunately, my wife is back, so again, mentally, like I can't even think about it. My guys at work, they're like freaking out because they're like, how come you're not more worried about next week? And I'm like, because I can't even think about next week yet. That's kind of like my coping mechanism sometimes, is that I'll just shut off certain things. It drives my wife crazy that I can do that, but that's kind of my survival mechanism. Whether that's a strength or a weakness, I'm not exactly sure. But speaking of strengths and weaknesses, I was listening to, or I was watching the New Yorker YouTube channel. The New Yorker has a YouTube channel, and they were interviewing Malcolm Gladwell. Malcolm Gladwell writes there every once in a while. He's one of my favorite authors. He's one of my most favorite kind of people. And it turned out, and I've never looked into kind of his personal life, but it turns out that he's an avid runner. He's a little more than a decade older than me, but he's way faster than me. So that's fascinating. And I know that he's faster than me because he's on Strava, and he's only got like 300 followers. So I don't know if you know who Malcolm Gladwell is, but a brilliant guy, very curious, and a very interesting guy. I don't read very much at all, but I do read, or try to read, or at least listen to his audiobooks. He has a podcast now, but I try to listen to all his audiobooks. He's just a very interesting thinker. Yeah, so that's kind of like my I'm kind of still kind of like intrigued by that idea. He's been on Strava for like several years, and I think it's just people that actually know him that have kind of stumbled upon him. So hopefully I haven't like outed him, but he is a verified athlete. I don't know how one becomes a verified athlete on Strava with only 300 followers, but okay. But in terms of running, I'm going to be running home again from the work commute today. Tomorrow, or overnight, my wife takes the red eye home. I'm not exactly sure when she lands. If she lands early enough, I will go running in the morning, because Friday afternoon we're going to try to pack up the girls. I'm going to try to leave work early, try to pack up the girls, and we're heading to the in-laws to see family. So I've been thinking a lot about running this weekend, because I've been running in the Nike Epic Reacts, and where the loop that I run, it's like a 5 mile, like 5.25 mile loop, not mostly, but half on gravel roads, and it's like thick, chunky gravel, where like when I run in Pegasus, I could feel the rocks kind of not poking through, but I can feel the rocks like hitting, the foam, and it's not very comfortable. So I don't think that big racks would be really good for that. I'm thinking about riding in those Asics, the Dynaflytes. I think those might be really good for it, or the Kinvara. I might get back in those. But I only want to bring one pair of shoes. So that's the thing. It's like I only want to bring one pair of running shoes. That's what makes it a little bit more complicated. So I think I'm going to bring the Asics. So I'll be running in those all weekend, and then I got to decide at some point. My flight's like first thing Monday morning to go to Phoenix. I got to decide at some point whether I can actually go or not. But hopefully I can, because like my ulterior motive for booking this trip to go out there was that like it was like still unseasonably cold and it had snowed. I had declared that a certain snowstorm was going to be the last snowstorm of the winter for Chicago. It had worked successfully the year before, so I thought maybe as a good luck charm I could end the spring by doing the same thing this year. It turned out that it snowed like 3 or 4 more times after that, and we had like 2 or 3 more weeks of really, really cold running temps. And so in like the nadir of that, I was like, oh, I want to go to Phoenix, and I'm going to find some trails to run on. And so I don't know, I haven't planned far enough ahead yet to figure out any trails to run on, but I'm hoping to go out there to be able to do that, but I just don't know. And the thing is, I'm not going to get any new information over the next kind of day or so, so I just got to unblock that from the part of my mind that I'm not thinking about and push it in and just take care of it, make a decision, because I think my wife needs to do some planning if I'm going to do that or not. So some figuring out to do. A lot of work talk lately, so sorry about that. But that's just what's heavy on my mind, so that's kind of what comes out. And thanks for indulging me.
Yo, what's going on?